Hey everybody, welcome to part 1 of my series on finding the right homeschool curriculum for your family. For this workshop, we are going to be talking about faith-based religious curriculum versus secular non-religious curriculum. I always recommend that homeschooling families make this decision first before you start exploring your options, because nothing is worse than falling in love with a curriculum, spending your money on it, and then you start working on it and you quickly realize that it does not align with your family values and beliefs. So I'll be showing you examples of both faith-based and secular curriculum so we can look at the differences. So let's just start with a faith-based religious curriculum. I have some examples here. Now, some homeschool curriculum companies, they choose to just go all in with the religion. Like every single lesson is going to have biblical references and things like that. And then other curriculum companies, they kind of just sprinkle it in throughout. And I get asked all the time, like, hey Jess, I'm a secular family. I am not religious. I do like this religious faith-based curriculum. Can't we just skip over the religious parts? And this is why it is so important to look at the curriculum before you purchase, because sometimes it's easy to skip over the religious parts without losing like the meat of the lesson. Skip over the religious parts. There's just going to be no mastery taking place at all. So I'll show you an example of a homeschool curriculum that is heavily based on religion. You can see it has its Bible verses. It's talking about the origin of the earth here. Science is really the subject where you want to decide which route you're going, secular or religious. You'll also find that faith-based homeschool curriculum companies, they'll infuse the biblical principles into any subject. So for example, this is a language arts curriculum, but we are referencing the Bible here as well. So just because you're not purchasing an actual Bible curriculum, if it's a faith-based company, you will see biblical references just kind of sprinkled throughout. So just be aware of that. Now, the last thing that I'll touch on when it comes to choosing a religious or faith-based curriculum is that denominations are different, and different homeschool curriculum companies, even if they are a faith-based company, they might have different perspectives, different beliefs based on their denomination. So that might be something that you want to look into when you're making this decision. Now let's switch gears and talk about secular, non-religious homeschool curriculum. Secular curriculums are just that. They are secular. They are teaching from a non-religious point of view. When it comes to your subjects like math and reading and writing, this is pretty easy to understand. They're just not infusing the Bible into any of their lessons. However, again, science is that one subject that you really want to pay attention to, because there are a lot of families of faith who choose secular curriculums anyway, but then go with a faith-based curriculum for science, if that makes sense. There is a creator that is also presenting during this conference. I will tag her below. She talks all about different secular curriculums on her channel. Just like faith-based curriculums, there are many, many options out there. There are also curriculum companies out there that consider themselves to be neutral on this topic, especially when it comes to science. Like they might not be teaching necessarily from a creationist point of view versus an evolutionist point of view. They kind of just gloss over that. But if that's important to you, that you want your child learning one way or the other, you definitely want to look into it to see what angle is this curriculum taking. Are they coming from a secular point of view, a faith-based point of view, or if they're neutral, like how neutral really are they? Now, while I'm not necessarily promoting one option over the other or one curriculum over the other, I will list some options in the caption of this video so that you kind of have a place to start. But just know that there are so many good options on both sides of the aisle. And as long as you know what you're looking for, what aligns with your family values and beliefs, then you will be good to go. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will see you for part number 2.